The new action comedy movie Deep Cover is about to drop on Prime Video. It stars Bryce Dallas Howard, who plays Kat, an improv teacher who gets recruited by undercover cops to impersonate a criminal in order to try and stop a crime in London. So Kat then recruits two of her students, Hugh and Marlon, played by Nick Mohammed, and Orlando Bloom, to join her.
Okay, so here's the deal. 200 each, and we'd be doing a public service.
I don't know, I got into improv to help my character work, not the cops.
This is character work.
Right, I suppose we're sort of going undercover.
Well, we just go and buy something.
Could write a whole backstory.
You could.
Who is this guy? Why is he buying fake handbags? What does he know?
Uh-huh. Hugh, you in?
Oh, gosh. Police. Gets your blood pumping just saying the word, doesn't it? I don't know. It might be tricky getting time off work.
Dude.
Excuses. Bryce Dallas Howard and Nick Mohammed join us now. Welcome to you both.
Hello.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
This movie's so good.
It's so fun. And, you know, it was an instant yes, you said, Bryce.
Oh,
even
yeah.
though this isn't necessarily your type of movie.
Well, I mean, I love a movie like this. I'm the only American in it. It's a British action comedy, and it is brilliantly written. It is so funny. And when something is making you laugh out loud on the page, you can only imagine what it's going to be when, like, you know, Nick Mohammed is saying the lines, or Orlando Bloom is playing a method actor, or whatever the circumstance is. It's a really entertaining movie.
So then how close to the bone does it hit when you are in this film and you're playing potential actors who are taking improv, and you're sort of taking, to use a British term, taking the piss on, like, you know, what you guys do for a living?
Yeah, I think that's quite fun, actually. I know that Orlando really loved leaning into that a lot. And, but it was, I mean, we didn't do that much improv in the film ourselves. I think the script was so tight, really, that there was no need to. But it was definitely fun. I mean, I guess my character isn't so much an actor or an improv comedian, but certainly Kat and Bryce's character and Orlando's character, they are, you know, I guess, is it fair to say failed actors? I think
Yeah.
Failed
Yes.
actors?
Yes. Correct.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Well, there's also this action component to the film, which Nick, you said was overwhelming.
Yeah, because I've never got to, like, hang out with, like, movie stars and and do all this stuff. So, you know, the comedy I always have, like, kind of enjoyed, but to get to do stunts and, you know, and some of the action is properly thrilling, which is great. And so, yeah, I loved getting to do
But you're so athletic. Like, you taught yourself how to roller skate. Yes.
I do like all that stuff.
Yeah, you're
as well.
quite nimble.
But I've never had an opportunity.
Wait, I can't. Are we being serious?
Yeah.
Oh, you are. Okay, great. No, I believe it.
Oh, yeah.
Kingsley, the director, said that also you took some of the simplest things that you were required to do in this film, and you had everybody on set, like, laughing and sort of enjoying themselves working with you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Nick was unreal because it's for Orlando and myself, you know, we love working in sort of like franchise movies and those genres. They often have levity, but aren't straight comedies. And Nick is a comedian. And so also, you know, has worked with the writers of the movie, who are an incredible improv duo, and the director, like you said, Tom Kingsley. And so there was like a hive mind that was happening. And when the camera was on Nick, we were all just dying. Dying.
But Bryce and Orlando are doing themselves a disservice. Some of their stuff was absolutely hilarious. One of my favourite scenes in the film is the intervention scene, which was incidentally Bryce's first day, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Was that your first day?
It makes me laugh so much.
Yeah, and
scene.
written kind of like we sort of figured it out
On the fly?
last minute a little bit. Yeah. So if there was anything kind of close to improvisation for me in the movie, it definitely was that scene. Was that scene?
It's
yeah.
so funny, that scene.
Yes, and.
So can get you in a lot of trouble.
It can, it turns out. Nick, let's talk about Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Renewed for a fourth season, to, you know, the fanfare of the entire living world. Can you tell us, are you going to be back?
I don't know. I can't tell you much, really. Yes, it's coming back. It's about the women's football team, still set at AFC Richmond. So, you know, it's very much the same universe as the first three seasons. But who knows? Maybe Nate's, you know, coaching Real Madrid now. Maybe he'll pop back. Who knows? But, you know, we'll see. I love that show, and I will always love it, whether I'm in it or not.
And you would say yes if asked?
Oh, drop of a hat. Yeah, they know that.
So, Bryce, let me ask you something about the film that I think I heard you say, which is that this movie, in a way, touches on adults trying to find their way.
Yeah.
What did you mean by that?
Yeah, because it's kind of like what Nick was saying. You know, this is about three adults. They're in their 40s. Things haven't worked out for them in different ways in their life, and also adult friendship, like new friendships when you're a grown-up, it's hard to do that. And so each of these characters are quite lonely in their own way, and in going on this shared mission and trying to make sure that they don't all end up killing each other accidentally, they end up becoming really great friends and finding a sense of purpose together. And so I think it's really rewarding to see a story like that, because myself being an adult in my 40s, we don't all have it figured out. And and this chapter is one that is not just like, oh, it's just fun in my 40s. Like it's
And there's no romantic relationship between the three of them. Actually, it is about friendship.
Yeah, which is also
soulmates, which is feels just quite refreshing, actually.
Yeah. I mean, Nick has an incredible romance.
He has a little fling within it, does Hugh, but in terms of the trio,
for me,
it's about finding their people, and they sort of solve each other's problems inadvertently.
It's
the British comedy is just so good.
I know.
right?
good.
It's
Yes,
so fun.
It is.
Yeah.
Thank you both for being
Thank you,
here.
guys.
Bryce
Thanks,
Dallas
you.
Howard
This is
and Nate
amazing.
Mohammed.
Thank you for
The
having
movie
us.
is Deep Cover. It streams tomorrow on Prime Video.